Goldberg, what a doof. I mean, what an absolute doof. So I thought for a while that maybe I was a mark. Like Goldberg is so out of touch with reality that I thought maybe that was the angle. And it's a very annoying angle. It worked on me. I mean, it brought me and got me over here talking about him. But I also didn't pull any punches because I figured he could have it because he's a performer. He's a performer. I'm talking about a character. It would be like if I came over here and I talked about Jack Sparrow, like Johnny Depp wouldn't have to have his feelings hurt, but Goldberg did get his feelings hurt. He did. But that was the sign to me of, oh, okay, he's shooting. That's not a work. He is really this derailed from reality. So what am I talking about? It's very hard to tell a guy, and I've had to see this in MMA. I could bring the great Jon Jones into it. He was having a level of success, and nobody had smartened him. And Jon had some of the worst contracts. Now, I will just share with you. I remember when we got ready to fight, I was so stunned when I heard about it, and it came to me from a brag. They were bragging about it, and I remember I didn't respond. I remember where I was and where I was standing. Oh, you don't know how to. You don't know how to do this. I really remember thinking that. And I went and said something on the Jim Rome show, and oh my goodness, my phone lit up. Hey, don't put that out. Hey, that's between us. You know, it was one of these things. And I did stop, and I don't bring that to say. I'm sharing with you, when you have people that have a certain level of success, it's very hard to smarten them up. And that's common. Maybe not bad advice. To don't take advice from somebody less successful than you. And that's hard to not be that person. Like Goldberg has such a run. It was such an incredible run. And the money and the entertainment and the main events and the houses. So it's very difficult to then explain reality. It's just very hard. So, I mean, Goldberg had come out and he got used over the weekend, as he should have been. He is a paid talent, but he got used over the weekend, and he couldn't see then, and he can't see now. To get him to the ring to do the one thing that created the resentment in the first place, because he never did it, which is to put somebody else over, to get him to the ring to actually work. And you can forget about it. You can't be mad at Goldberg that he got a big push. He was the right guy to push. He made that work. But the fact that he's not a worker is relevant. He's not a worker at all. He couldn't work with Gunther. He couldn't sell for anybody. He didn't know how to do it. But it's not from a physicality standpoint. I shouldn't say that he does not know how to do it. Sure he does. He is so out of touch with reality, he just doesn't do it. Now, but you got to understand, Goldberg believes he had a retirement match. Okay, but this is how they sold it to him. There was no retirement match. There was no, you're the special. We want you to come in to put Gunther over. It's something we should have had you do 8 years ago when you had your last actual match. We failed. It bothers us. It's been bothering us. We're going to right this wrong. We're going to bring you in, pay you, and we're going to use you properly, which is to get beat. But you're dealing with a guy who doesn't operate in reality. So, to make the pitch that I just made to you, which is truth, you'd never get him to the ring. So, then you have somebody call him. Make him the special one. Tell him it's a retirement match. How important it is for you to go out like this, for you to have your last moment. This is how you sell it on a narcissist. Within the company, it wasn't a retirement match. That was a hook to get him there. So he goes and does the match, and it's bad. It's bad. And he has worked. Gunther is so good. Gunther can't get his credit, by the way. They brought Gunther in as this SOS officer. And they wouldn't say it. They wouldn't actually say it. You just had to see it and present it. He did such a good job. He should have won a claim for that. But because that was such a sticky topic that we're just going to do and let the audience pick up on it, but we're never actually going to address it. It's too sensitive. They didn't know how to give him awards. They couldn't bring him in and give him awards for what he had done in that role, because again, we're back to where we're not specifically addressing it, but he deserved awards. Gunther was fantastic. All right, let me fast forward. So now Gunther's super over, and he's got this new great contract, and his upside, I think 2 million, or his downside, I think is $2 million now. He's doing a great job. So Gunther's now got to do a match with a dude that's not a wrestler. Like, Gunther paid his dues. And this was a major resistance. Anybody in the business that is a crybaby doesn't make it in this business of professional wrestling. And that gets tested, and boy, some real stars. Olympic gold medalists. NFL, famous people from Hollywood. If you come in and you have this diva attitude, you don't make it. But they still kept him. This was a guy that never had to operate within reality. So, but you gotta understand, and so now Gunther's got to go work with this guy. He's got to go work with this old man. He's got to go work with this old man, and he's got to try to go over. And the guy won't just let him go over. It's got to be a crooked finish. You're dealing with an ego so big. And the one big payoff is when he realizes he got set up. This was every bit done the same way as the Montreal screwjob. Goldberg got brought in told that it was his retirement match. That was said by actual workers to get him to the event. So the event ends, and he's trying to do an interview, which makes no sense. You don't do an interview for a dude that just got pinned in wrestling. It's not done that way. And there would be no reason to have airtime and TV time for a guy that you can't get an ROI on because he's stepping out the door. So when they're doing and he should have known these things. He should have known these things. Brett screwed Brett. Don't ever forget that. Brett screwed Brett. That's how that story worked. But they cut Goldberg's mic. Now that's the sign. That's the sign where we in the back are making the reveal to you. You have been nothing but a pain in the ass and a thorn in the side of this industry since you got here in the 90s. We did this whole event. We worked you to get you here so that we could get you beat. There is no part of us that is going to send you out shiny. But you're so dumb to what's going on around you because you've been spoon-fed that we're worried you won't know. We want you to know. We want you to know we set you up. We want you to know we got you. So when you're doing that final interview, after we just had you get beat in an ugly match to begin with, we're going to cut your mic in front of the world. So that even somebody as ignorant as you will be able to understand what we've done. This son of a gun thought his mic just went out. He didn't know. He thought he was actually having a retirement match. He left there thinking he was having a retirement match with faulty equipment. He said they wanted to have done that to Taker or Cena. I almost fell out of my chair. I almost fell out of my chair. Yeah, they wouldn't have done that to Taker or Cena. What do Taker and Cena possibly have to do with Bill Goldberg? Is that how he sees it? And just another thing on Goldberg. If you grab 10 people, they have heard that name. Like, he really was over. Of those 10 people, the majority don't know the first name was Bill. And my final point, nobody in the history of the business named Bill got over.